Once upon a time, in a peaceful village nestled by rolling green hills, lived a young shepherd boy. Every single morning, he would lead his flock of sheep up the grassy slopes to graze. The sun would shine, the birds would sing, and the sheep would happily munch on the sweet green grass. But the shepherd boy, well, he was bored. Very, very bored. Ba-ba went the sheep. Chirp, chirp went the birds. The boy sighed. It was the same thing every day. He longed for some excitement, something interesting to happen. He watched the villagers working in the fields below. They all looked so busy and important. He wanted their attention. He wanted them to look up and think he was important to it. Then an idea popped into his head. It was a mischievous, naughty idea, but it made him giggle. He took a deep, deep breath, cupped his hands around his mouth, and shouted as loudly as he could, "Wolf, wolf." A wolf is chasing the sheep. Down in the village, the people heard his desperate cries. They dropped their tools, their baskets, and their work, and came running up the hill to help. "Where is it? Where's the wolf?" they panted, looking round frantically, ready to protect the boy and his flock. But when they reached the top of the hill, what did they see? No wolf. Not a single whisker. Just the shepherd boy, laughing and rolling on the grass. "I tricked you," he chuckled. "I was just joking. There's no wolf." The villagers were not amused. They were tired from running up the hill and cross that the boy had played such a silly trick on them. "That wasn't funny," one farmer grumbled. "We have work to do. Don't cry wolf when there is no wolf." They shook their heads and marched back down the hill, muttering to themselves. The boy felt a little bit bad, but the thrill of all that attention was exciting. So, a few days later, when boredom crept in again, he decided to do the exact same thing. He climbed onto a large rock, took a huge breath, and yelled at the top of his lungs, "Wolf, wolf. The wolf is back. Help me, please." Again, the kind-hearted villagers stopped everything. Maybe this time it's real, they thought. They grabbed their pitchforks and rakes and raced up the hill, even faster than before. Their hearts pounded in their chests, worried for the boy and the sheep. But once again, when they arrived, they found the shepherd boy laughing even harder than last time. "You fell for it again," he howled with laughter. "There's still no wolf." This time, the villagers were truly angry. An elder of the village stepped forward and spoke sternly. "You have fooled us twice now," he said, his voice firm. "We came to help you because we care about you. But if you keep telling lies, no one will believe you when you're telling the truth." With that, they turned and stomped back to the village, promising themselves they wouldn't be tricked a third time. The shepherd boy watched them go. He felt a little pang of guilt, but soon pushed it away. The sun began to set, casting long shadows across the hills. The sheep gathered close together, and the air grew quiet. Suddenly, a real shadow detached itself from the edge of the woods. It was long and low to the ground. Two yellow eyes gleamed in the twilight. A low growl rumbled through the air. It was a real wolf, a big, hungry wolf, and it was stalking toward his flock. The boy's heart leaped into his throat. This was not a game. This was real and very scary. His hands trembled as he cupped them around his mouth. He screamed with all his might, his voice filled with genuine terror. "Wolf, wolf, there's a real wolf. Please help me. This time it's real." He shouted and shouted until his throat was sore. "Help, wolf." Down in the village, the people heard his cries. But this time, they just shook their heads. "Oh, that's just the shepherd boy trying to trick us again," said one. "He won't fool me a third time," said another. "He's just seeking attention." They ignored his pleas and continued with their evening chores. Not one of them even looking toward the hill. Up on the hillside, the shepherd boy was all alone. No one was coming to help. The wolf crept closer and closer, scattering the terrified sheep. The boy could do nothing but watch in horror as the wolf chased his flock into the forest. He felt a terrible sadness and regret wash over him. If only he had told the truth. When the boy didn't return to the village that evening, the villagers grew worried. They lit their lanterns and made their way up the hill, calling his name. They found him sitting on a rock, crying his eyes out. "There really was a wolf," he sobbed. "It came and chased all my sheep away. I cried for help, but nobody came." An old, wise woman put a comforting hand on his shoulder. "We heard you," she said softly, "but we didn't believe you. This is what happens when you tell lies, my child. Nobody believes a liar, even when they are telling the truth." The shepherd boy had learned a very hard and very important lesson that day. He understood that trust is like a precious, fragile vase. Once it's broken, it's very, very hard to put back together again. From that day forward, he never told a lie again. And that's the end of our story. The moral is quite simple, but so important. Always tell the truth. Honesty builds trust, and trust is one of the most valuable things we can share with others. When people know they can believe what you say, they will be there for you when you truly need them.